There is something many people don't understand about aging. Sleep changes, not suddenly, not dramatically, but slowly, quietly. One day, you begin waking up earlier than before. Your nights become lighter, your body feels tired. Yet sleep refuses to come easily. And after the age of 70, many elderly people begin asking themselves, why am I always tired? Why do I wake up in the middle of the night? Am I sleeping too late? Am I sleeping too little? But here is the important truth. After 70, sleep is no longer just rest. It becomes medicine. The quality of your sleep affects your memory, your energy, your heart, your balance, your mood, and even your lifespan. Doctors and sleep experts often say something very important: the body follows rhythms, and as we age, those rhythms become more delicate. Today, we will talk deeply about what time elderly people should sleep, why sleeping late becomes more harmful after 70, and the nightly habits that protect the aging body, because after a certain age, a peaceful night's sleep becomes one of life's greatest forms of healing. Part 1: Why the body changes after 70. There was a time when staying awake late felt normal. Many people worked long hours, watched television until midnight, slept whenever they wanted, and the body tolerated it. But after 70, the body changes in ways many people underestimate. Melatonin levels decline. This is the hormone that helps the body feel sleepy naturally. As melatonin decreases, falling asleep becomes harder. Sleep becomes lighter. Waking up during the night becomes more common. There was a 74-year-old man who became frustrated with his sleep. Every night he stayed awake watching television until 1 a.m. Then he wondered why mornings felt miserable, why his body felt heavy, why his mind felt foggy. What he didn't realize was this: the aging body struggles more with late-night stimulation. After 70, the brain needs routine, the nervous system needs calmness, and the body responds better to earlier sleep schedules. This is why many doctors advise elderly adults to sleep earlier than younger people. Not because they are weak, but because the body's internal clock changes with age. And fighting against that clock creates exhaustion. Part 2: Best bedtime after 70. So what time should elderly people go to bed? Many sleep specialists suggest something important: between 9 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. is often healthiest for older adults. Why? Because the body naturally begins preparing for rest earlier with age. There was an elderly woman who always stayed awake past midnight, not because she wanted to, but because she believed sleeping early was for old people. Ironically, her body was begging for rest. She woke up tired every morning, her energy disappeared quickly during the day, and emotionally, she felt more irritable. Later, she slowly changed her schedule. She dimmed the lights earlier, stopped watching stressful television late at night, went to bed around 9:30, and within weeks, something changed. Her mornings became calmer. Her energy improved. Her mind felt clearer. Because proper sleep timing matters more after 70 than many people realize. The body repairs itself during sleep. Muscles recover. The brain organizes memory. The heart slows down and rests, but late sleeping disrupts these natural repair systems. And over time, that disruption affects the entire body. Part 3: Why sleeping late becomes dangerous. When people are younger, they often recover quickly from poor sleep, but after 70, the body becomes less forgiving. Sleeping late regularly may increase fatigue, confusion, poor balance, memory problems, emotional stress. There was a man in his late 70s who stayed awake every night scrolling through his phone. Hours passed without him noticing. Midnight became 1 a.m., 1 a.m. became 2 a.m., and slowly, his health declined. He became forgetful, less active, emotionally drained. This happens because late-night stimulation confuses the brain. Artificial light from screens affects melatonin production, and the nervous system stays alert instead of calming down. Doctors often explain that older adults need predictable sleep routines, calm evenings, reduce stimulation before bed, because after 70, the brain requires gentleness, not constant noise. And one of the biggest hidden dangers of poor sleep is falling. Fatigue weakens balance, weakens focus, and increases accident risk dramatically. That is why healthy sleep is not luxury for the elderly. It is protection. Part for why many elderly people wake up at night. One of the most frustrating parts of aging is interrupted sleep. Many elderly adults wake up at 2 a.m., at 3 a.m., at 4 a.m., and afterward. Falling asleep again becomes difficult. There are many reasons for this. The aging body becomes lighter in sleep cycles. Bladder changes increase nighttime bathroom visits. Pain and stiffness disturb comfort. Stress and loneliness also affect sleep deeply. There was an 81-year-old woman who woke up not because of danger, feeling anxious, but because nighttime silence made her thoughts louder. This is something many people never discuss openly. Sleep is emotional too. Loneliness affects sleep. Worrying affects sleep. Grief affects sleep. And after 70, the mind often becomes more active at night. That is why calming evening routines matter so much. Soft lighting, prayer, reading, gentle music, these things calm the nervous system. Because the body sleeps best when the mind feels safe. Part 5: The evening habits that destroy elderly sleep. Many older adults unknowingly damage their own sleep. Not intentionally, but through habits that quietly overstimulate the body. One major problem is heavy late-night eating. There was a man who ate large meals at 10 p.m. every night. Then he wondered why sleep felt uncomfortable. Digestion becomes slower with age. And large meals late at night force the body to work when it should be resting. Other harmful habits include too much caffeine late in the day, constant phone television before bright lighting late at night. The body needs signals that nighttime has arrived. Darkness, quietness, routine. Without these signals, the brain struggles to relax. Doctors often advise elderly adults to create peaceful nighttime habits. Not complicated routines, just consistency. Because the body loves rhythm, especially in old age. Part 6: Why good sleep protects the brain. There is something deeply important people must understand. Sleep protects the aging brain. During deep sleep, the brain clears waste products, memory strengthens. Mental restoration happens quietly. Poor sleep has been linked to memory decline, confusion, reduced concentration, emotional instability. There was an elderly teacher who noticed increasing forgetfulness. At first, he feared something serious, but one of the biggest causes was chronic poor sleep. After improving his nightly schedule, his mind became clearer again. Not perfect, but better. This is why doctors emphasize sleep so strongly for the elderly. Because healthy sleep protects more than energy. It protects identity, the ability to think clearly, remember names, feel emotionally stable, and after 70, mental sharpness becomes precious. Part 7: The emotional side of nighttime after 70. Night feels different in old age. Quieter, longer, sometimes heavier. Many elderly people experience nighttime sadness. The silence reminds them of people they lost. Years that passed, loneliness, aging itself. There was a widow who struggled every night after her husband passed away. Bedtime no longer felt peaceful, it felt empty, and slowly, sleep became associated with sadness. This is why emotional comfort matters deeply at night after 70. Simple things help. Warm blankets, soft music, evening prayer, gratitude, familiar routines. Because the aging heart needs comfort as much as the body needs rest. And peaceful sleep often begins with emotional peace first. Final message: after 70, sleep is not laziness. It is healing. The body changes, the brain changes, the heart changes. And healthy sleep becomes one of the greatest forms of self-care. So if you are elderly, do not fight your body's natural rhythm. Listen to it, sleep earlier. Create calm evenings, protect your nights from stress and overstimulation. Because every peaceful night helps protect your memory, your strength, your emotions, your independence. And remember this, the goal is not simply to live longer. The goal is to wake up each morning feeling calm enough to enjoy the life you still have, because even after 70, rest still matters, peace still matters, and your health still deserves care.